Good Thursday afternoon, folks. NTV/AMEC Foster Wheeler meteorologist Eddie Shear with you. And this is your weather before the weather. It's 2:45 on Thursday afternoon, March 26th, 2015. And what you're seeing here on your screen is the Wonder Map from Wonderground showing a whole lot of precipitation in the eastern part of the U.S. This is going to play a role in our weather over the weekend, as is this guy right here. This is a cold front and a stationary front on the, east side of the low here. Now, what's going to happen is this front is going to slowly work its way on south and then will essentially stall in the vicinity of the Avalon Peninsula late Friday or early Saturday. And that's going to set the stage for potentially some very messy weather as we go into the weekend. As at ahead of the front, tomorrow, temperatures are going to be 3-4 degrees. We will see a bit of rain, possibly up to 25 millimeters in spots as a rainfall warning is in place for the southern Avalon. But then things get a little bit dicey as we head into Saturday. The reason for that, we're going to see a low developing. Winds are going to turn out of the northeast, and that spells trouble as far as precipitation type problems go. So what I'm showing you here is a GFS model. This is valid 9:30 Saturday morning, showing an area of low pressure getting its act together well off the coast of Cape Cod. This typically will bring eastern Newfoundland snow or mixed precipitation depending on the track. This go around, it looks like some of us are going to see snow and some of us are going to see mixed precipitation. So what I'll do now is I'll change the view a little bit and we'll zoom in closer to Newfoundland. And what you're seeing here on your screen, same thing, same time. But notice we have the snow into Nova Scotia. And as of 9:30 Saturday morning, just some lingering rain showers across the Avalon Peninsula. As we step ahead, though, 6 more hours into the afternoon, that low is elongated a little bit. You can see the trough extending well east of the Avalon Peninsula, right along that frontal boundary I was just showing you that's going to stall offshore. And that means we're going to introduce precipitation-type issues, especially on the Avalon Peninsula. So it looks like just west of the Avalon, going to be all snow. On the Avalon, it will depend on the track of the low, but it looks like it's going to be rather messy. This model has been very consistent in showing a lot of freezing rain, which is not good. The reason for that, temperatures aloft, meaning above the surface, are a little too warm for snow. So what we have is snow falling, it melts and turns into rain depending on the depth of the cold layer, or warm layer for that matter. And then as it gets to the ground right above the ground is below freezing. So the rain freezes on everything, called freezing rain. Now that's if we have a real thick warm layer in between the cold aloft and the cold ground. If that warm layer is a little bit thinner, we get ice pellets. As of now, though, this model is forecasting freezing rain. The reason for that, the biggest driver, is because winds turn out of the northeast, and that will oftentimes bring in air around -1 or -2 degrees because that's what the ocean temperature is. So that is exactly what this model is showing. Those lines there are streamlines out of the northeast, showing the potential for some freezing rain. And that's what the model shows right there in that pink color, freezing rain across much of the northern Avalon Peninsula. I do suspect that many areas will be seeing freezing rain on the Avalon if this model does turn out to be correct. Stepping ahead 6 more hours out now, 9:30 Saturday night. That low is between Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. We are seeing snow continuing to pile up across eastern Newfoundland. We'll call it from Gander points east and south. We are still seeing freezing rain across the Avalon Peninsula and potentially a mix on the Burin Peninsula of rain and freezing rain. Just will depend on the ultimate temperature. Stepping ahead 6 more hours now, 3:30 Sunday morning. We are seeing that low right over the Avalon Peninsula, and many of us would still be seeing rain or freezing rain depending on the track of the low. And this model is forecasting freezing rain in the Burin Peninsula, Bonavista Vista Peninsula, showing a change to rain on the Avalon with that track. Now, some other guidance has the track a little farther to the south, which means we get a little bit more snow. Some have it a little farther to the west, which means we still get freezing rain in the Avalon. Eastern Newfoundland still sees snow, but very little snow across the Burin and Avalon Peninsulas, regardless if we get that westerly track. So essentially, what I'm saying is there is still quite a bit of uncertainty in what we could see from this low as we go into Saturday night into early Sunday. Now, there is going to be the potential for a good bit of accumulation. So if it is freezing rain, we could be talking about a good deal of ice accretion in spots. I still don't want to throw out amounts yet. That being said, if we do see ice, it could be enough to bring down trees and power lines. So that's a threat we're going to have to sort of pay very close attention to over the next couple of days as the forecast does become clearer. A couple of computer models to look at as we go into the afternoon. Some are showing a track a little farther east, and I'm waiting for the newest run of the European model, which was actually showing more snow across the Avalon Peninsula than freezing rain with its run last night. So essentially, there's still a bunch of different outcomes we could have, but the threat is there for a very wintry day, Saturday night, and into Sunday morning, and even Sunday afternoon in spots across eastern Newfoundland. So Old Man Winter not done with us yet. I've got more details on this coming up tonight on NTV between 5:30 and 6 on First Edition. That will be with Tony Murray Wiseman tonight, and between 6 and 7 on the NTV Evening News Hour. Have a great day. I hope this was informative. I know I went through a little bit quickly, and I will see you this evening on NTV and on social media, Facebook, meteorologist Eddie Shear, Twitter @Eddie Shear.